In lighter news, the in-season tournament. It ended. Championship was on December 9th. And guess who won? The
The
Lakers won.
tournament. So if a tournament happens in the woods and nobody's there to watch it,
Right. Did it really happen?
The tournament really happen?
So this is what and I'm gonna try to get through
Lakers
this
won
pretty
that
quickly.
bitch.
This is what makes it funny, right? Because it's kind of like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, people don't really care too much about it because it's like, okay, it's LeBron, he won. But if LeBron would have lost that bid, he would have got railroaded in the
Nah,
media.
man. I think if you would have lost,
No, man, they would have railroaded him.
I think if you would have lost the championship game,
Mm-hmm.
but
That's what I'm saying.
but if you lost in a previous round or something like that, it'll be like,
oh no, it wouldn't have. No, it's the championship game. Like if he would have lost that, he would have got crucified. He would have got crucified. But because he went there, like, all right, they should have won. They had LeBron and AD. It's like
was it King?
The Pacers. It was the Pacers. Pacers, yeah. Yeah.
Pacers
so
might not even make the playoffs.
No cap.
No,
and this is
my boy Goo.
And this is the funny thing about it, right? Because it's like, does it really even matter? Like, and this is questions.
The Pacers.
And that's the thing, right? Because they're like the Pacers and the Lakers. Come on, bro. Like, so it's like, so it's also this, right? It's also this, right? Because it's kind of like we all seen the video with LeBron in the locker room. They popping champagne. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. Let's not like. So people are just like OD about it, right? And it's like, come on, man. That's doing too much, bro. This is just an in-season tournament. And
tournament, dog, what's the point of that, dog?
Yeah, but it's the
LeBron got that video. Hey, the champagne over here.
It's
like, oh, I see you ain't never do one of these.
Yeah.
One of these. Nobody has done one of these.
Exactly. This is the inaugural. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, and that's another thing, right? Too, right? I was gonna mention. It's kind of like, okay, it's the first one. It's the inaugural one. So, and LeBron's take was on. That was kind of his take on it too. He's like, hey, it's the first of something that could be big. And honestly,
that shit is not gonna be around in 7 years.
No, listen. I think that actually, that might be capped because it did encourage, because you also have to remember there was 500,000 at the end of it, right? Them boys got listen 500,000.
But is the audience finna tune in?
It
is gonna be appointment television, because that's what they need.
Yes, and I'm gonna explain why.
The dunk contest, but look, what time is it on? You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
you gonna do that with the in-season tournament?
But that's the same effect though, because Tyrese Halliburton, right? Basically he's a star. He became a star. This in-season tournament has given him, like, has propelled him into stardom, right?
Okay.
This is the thing. The kind of basketball that we saw, the level of competitive basketball that we saw during this period made people tune in. Like, you can actually see metrics that the views actually increased significantly because the kind of basketball we were seeing, like, oh, these boys really going at it. AD put 41 points, 20 boards, and five assists and 4 blocks. When have we ever seen AD play like that during this time of the season? Bro, AD is playing like and that's the thing. Bro, if AD can play like that during this time of the season.
What was the numbers?
He had 41 and 20. 41 points, 20 rebounds.
20 boards.
20 boards, 5 assists, and 4 blocks, man. AD, during this time of the year, you don't see that. You don't see it. Like, so you got guys hooping, like really, really hooping. Tyrese Halliburton, he was hooping like crazy. But in the final, he had 20 and 11, 20 points and 11 rebounds, which is like, okay, whatever. He had like, I think like 1 or 2 assists, which was kind of weird. But throughout the in-season tournament, he was getting buckets. And LeBron had 24, 11, and 4, right? So like, you saw basketball, like, you literally saw, and this is the mindset that I see where the NBA owners and the actual like Adam Silver and those guys, you can kind of see the logic behind it, because you saw the numbers going up, and you were able to see playoff basketball prior to even the midseason break with the All-Star break and all that, right? So that's gonna draw in more views because you're seeing a higher, and I guess I keep repeating this, but because of that, right? Because of the numbers and the metrics, this is something that's going to keep happening for a bit. Like, if we're seeing this type of level of basketball this early in the season, you're going to keep seeing this I.S.T, bro. Okay, and that 500 bands.
If we see the 500 bands is good especially for the bench players.
Yeah, the guys who are like a 2-way contracts and all that.
But also, I mean, maybe because I mean it is still a game that counts.
Yeah, because it all counts towards your season. Record. Yep.
I would ask you this: what was AD's average for tournament games?
for the tournament for the
average. You might not know this right now, but that's something we'll put in the future to figure out what the tournament average was.
Yeah, I gotta
look
at
those numbers. Did he just
have
a random ass game that he would have in the middle of the season, anyways? Like it could be, early in the season, middle season. Like
not a game like this, but
if he puts up, if he's average, but one game,
yeah,
AD ain't good for one game like that. You telling me?
He's just Mr. Unpredictable, and he's Mr. Glasshouse. That's the problem.
Game. But if you're telling me,
but his effort was just, you can tell his effort, because you can tell with body language, right? Like his effort was completely different.
So you said that was his numbers for the final game?
For the final game, yeah.
For the final game. Okay.
For the final game. So why wasn't he cooking like that throughout? Because he wasn't cooking like that throughout. I mean, he was playing pretty well, but that there was a clear difference between his effort in the final. Then that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. And why is that?
But AD to specifically do that in that game. Like I can understand he has a random game, but that game being the tournament game to win the tournament.
Right. Like, if you watch the games and you watch that game, you see a clear difference.
Okay, fine. I'll give you grace. The only game that matters is the fucking championship game, which doesn't count for the season, by the way.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why it's kind of like, do we really care?
What are we doing? Because we're still not watching. And then he made the courts all nasty, man.
Yeah, and made the courts all weird. But as far as human behavior, it worked. It worked. People tuned in. People tuned in. A lot more people tuned in. It was exciting basketball, and it worked. And it brought in a lot. And when it comes to that, there's profits to be had. So with that being said, man, yeah, that the I.S.T was pretty exciting basketball. And it helped with the numbers. But in more stranger news, so the Oklahoma governor, this guy. So I just wanted to mention something real quick. He's really following what a lot of these other red states are doing with some of these banning of DEI, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. But I know you want to say something on it. Go ahead.
Which is still sports related.
Yeah.
Is that, bro, if you are college students, because D's doing this, he's eliminating DEI.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of DEI initiatives all over, all in all public colleges.
And the reason why that's crazy. And just before you go forward, and the reason why it's also relevant to obviously sports, like Darwin is mentioning, is because the NCAA have to abide by these same laws and the same regulations, right? As far as DEI, same standards. Go ahead.
Per state.
Yep.
And so now you're a college student. Let's say you're black. Let's say you're brown. Let's say you're Asian, right? And so, or Latino, and like you're coming to these schools, and it ends up being just like the PWI that of old.
Yeah.
Of old, just like the whole thing of like just the reason of having diversity and inclusion, so that like we have more professors that look like us. So that way we could. If your goal is education, you want to make an environment as amenable to that, right? So professors that look like me, it makes me retain information, but it makes me be able to relate to them when they have a study that they got going on, or they have like, if I have my my dissertation I'm working on, or somebody, they can help me connect. I could connect with them in that particular way. Or if I'm a troubled student, you know what I mean? Maybe having somebody from the black community, if I'm a black kid, you know what I mean? That like could be like, if I'm in academic counseling, you know what I mean, and advisorship, and that could like, put things in perspective for me, kind of thing. Or if I have an advocate that could be there to get me a scholarship to come to the school, because just because they know to even look out for people that look like me. Like, bro, there's so much good and that's what it's all about. And also, by the way, in the stuff that we study, let's study stuff that, guess what, gives us a more well-rounded education. Let's get some black authors in here. Let's get some East Asian lecturers to come in. Let's get us. You have a diversified student body that helps for the overall education of the student.
Yeah, and a more well-rounded experience as a college student.
Well-rounded experience.
Yep.
We've been talking about this HBCU versus
PWI. Yep.
They've been telling y'all that they're not talking about black shit. Let me talk to my black people out there. They've been telling you they're not talking about black. You see what they did in Florida? They don't want us talking about black shit. They're telling you this. And I get it. Oklahoma is a one of these perennial institutions, or not. You know, what I mean, Power Five joints,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah.
call, and so want to go to these type of schools so that you can get your notoriety, so that
Yeah,
you
they have the
can
resources, they have
have
the
the resource, they have the training.
visibility, training. Yeah.
You got places where like
Yeah.
their training, their locker room
Mhm.
is 5 million, $10 million locker rooms,
Yeah.
and
Some of
so
these locker rooms, some of these locker rooms are better than NFL stadiums.
benefit, and but then you
Yeah.
have these HBCUs who their entire school's endowment is 10K. I mean
Yeah.
10 10 10 10
Like 10 mil or something like
10
that.
mil.
Yeah.
10 mil, probably 10 billion. Man, I'm talking about billion. It might be 10
Nah,
billion.
HBCU's billion.
Not 10
Maybe.
million though. My G.
I mean, yeah, yeah, I ain't gonna. I'm citing a little bit. Like I'm definitely
Anyway, man, these numbers
I'm
are
definitely
crazy.
glazing over it, but like
But
it's
I'm
yeah,
saying
it's like a
these
tenth
Power
of some
Five
of
joints,
these PWI.
yeah, they're like they're legit like freaking their locker rooms can pay for like the tuition of everybody on your campus right
It's a fact. It's a fact.
now. This is their locker room, dog.
It's a fact. Yeah, the locker room is crazy. And like I went to PWI, right? I went to University of Florida. We know University of Florida is big time football, SEC. Locker rooms are ridiculous. I've physically been in there. It is absurd.
I
I'm
get
trying
it.
to
I
tell you.
get it. You want to go to those kind of research, but guess
Yeah.
what? They
Yeah.
not fucking with y'all black shit. You know what I mean? You gonna
Facts.
go there and you just gonna get straight up whitewash history of all of
Mhm.
that shit.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? But like, damn. But when they say if you build it, Field of Dreams, that movie, Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come, kind of thing. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
HBCUs, you make them pop in. Deion Sanders did it. He brought some notoriety to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He moved on to back to his PWI kind of thing. But guess what? You know what I mean? Y'all got eyeballs on y'all now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people can go there. Students, these 5-star recruits can go there and
But
big those schools up.
this is the interesting thing about Colorado. Colorado is a pretty diverse area though. People sleep on Boulder
Yeah,
like
but
that.
ain't
You
nobody thinking about no
but
goddamn Colorado when it
but
comes to
nobody. Yeah.
HBCUs,
But Colorado
dog.
is a
Come on,
PWI though.
dog.
It is a PWI, but
It is,
it
but
is more
even
diverse than
even a
most PWIs.
PWI that would be diverse. Colorado, you think Colorado? I don't think
No, it's you'll be
diversity.
surprised. You'll be surprised because I mean because I know this because professionally I work with folks who actually lived in Colorado, Colorado Springs, and stuff. Like it's actually much more diverse than people know. But it is like Darwin said, it is predominantly still a PWI. It is what it is. Like I'm not capping. I'm not gonna cap about that. So last thing we want to kind of address is what's up with your man's Draymond, bro?
Oh
This
my
guy is out of control, bro. Like, if
Oh
anyone has,
God.
even if you're not even following sports, you might even see it on CNN or
I
Fox News or
forgot
whatever.
about this fool.
Yo, your man Draymond there's something, he is unstable. Like,
Something's wrong with
something's wrong
Draymond.
with him. Something legit is wrong with him. I don't know if he's going through something or something happened or listen, there's something going on with him. Your boy he has a mental instability. Like, there's one thing to have anger
I
management
saw a
problems,
highlight
but
reel
like,
of stuff that I forgot he
bro,
did.
he has a highlight reel of like doing wild stuff on the court, bro. Like, so just a couple quick things I want to mention. He's been, as far as his career, he's been suspended 6 times, right?
Is he the most suspended player in NBA history?
That's a very good question. I would say probably Dennis Rodman is up
Dennis
there,
Rodman is
or
up there,
like
but
Charles
like
Oakley, some of those guys.
6
But like he's been
length
hit
of time, maybe length of time. That's what I want to know.
maybe length of time. And definitely with this last one with Yusuf Nurkic from the Suns. So let me kind of go down this as quickly as I can. So he's had 6 career
Book of
suspensions,
fire.
right? This man did it, bro. So June 2016, right? He had an altercation with LeBron, right? On the court, just wilding, like being extra emotional. He got suspended 1 game for that. November 2018, he got suspended for conduct detrimental to the team. The conduct that happened that
Oh,
caused him
was that who
suspension
you
for the team.
filed on? What you call it?
No. That was a separate one.
Oh,
That's a separate one. This other joint conduct detrimental to the team. This is November 2018. The joint where he filed on his teammate Jordan Poole. That was earlier this year, right? Earlier this year.
That was this year.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was earlier this
No,
year, I
wasn't that
believe.
last season? No, it was last season.
Yeah, it was
Because
last. Yeah, so it was.
I think Poole got traded. Oh,
Yeah,
was it
yeah,
this year?
yeah. I think it was this year though it happened.
Early, like maybe February or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I think it was this year. I can't remember exactly, but it feels like it was this year. But November 2018, right? The conduct that he was suspended for that was detrimental to the team. He had an altercation with his teammate with Kevin Durant when Kevin Durant was at the Warriors. right? So when they say conduct detrimental, that means they probably got into a squabble. They probably squabbled a little bit. That's probably what happened. But Draymond is not better than KD, so of course Draymond.
But also KD is pretty large as well. Not like
yeah,
he didn't fold like freaking Jordan. Was it Jordan Poole?
That Jordan Poole, yeah.
Jordan
KD's 7-footer,
Poole's a
like he
little
ain't really,
guy
yeah,
compared to Draymond Green. It's so
yeah,
crazy because Draymond Green looks like a little guy on the court. Not a little guy, but
yeah.
he's
But
like medium size.
but Draymond
He's
he's
huge.
6'7",
These
6'8".
basketball players are
He's not a
freaking
small dude.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you
yeah.
don't even freaking think about it when you look on
So
film because everybody else is freaking 6'8", 7 foot.
yeah, they look, yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
So March 2023, he recorded his 16th technical of the season. 16. So and after you get 16 technicals in the season, that was in March 2023. Yes.
Okay.
So the next few I'm about to mention all happened this year, right? So March 2023, he got his 16th technical for the season, which was last season, but it happened March 2023. So after 16 technicals, you get you start to lose, you start to get suspended from games, right? Got suspended for a game, right? After the 16 technical, right? April 2023, he had that Sabonis altercation. You remember? You probably seen this on social media where he stepped on a guy's chest.
Stepped on the chest.
Yeah.
It looked like he tried to not try to play it off. We all see that.
We all see that, bro. Like it's other options to take.
You didn't escape it by nobody. You know what thing that make me say that he got a problem because he's also got a podcast, right? And he also does a lot of interviews and stuff. And he said recently that he apologized to dude the other day. What's his name?
Nurkic. Yusuf Nurkic.
He apologized to Nurkic because he didn't mean to do that.
That's cap.
But he says the things that he does mean to do, he doesn't apologize for.
Sure.
And for him to think that he think we dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
He think we believe him when he says he didn't mean to do that to Nurkic. Yeah. Nigga, the wind up though,
bro.
You didn't mean to do that. It was an accident. You were just like he said he was like trying to sell a call.
Yeah.
Nigga, you went through with the you didn't
bro.
Do this. You went to
it was bro. It's the spinning move. It's the whole spinning move, bro. So
Draymond needs help.
Yeah. So Draymond definitely needs help. I mean, like
actually, let me ask you this though. It says he's suspended indefinitely. What does that mean? Is he done for the season?
Okay, so I'm gonna get to that. So after the Sabonis altercation, this November 2023, you remember the Gobert altercation when he put the that happened.
Wanna go night?
That one actually happened. It happened last month. It happened November. This is all happening in 2023, bro.
Keep getting away with
this. And then now bring us to Nurkic. Yes. So Joe Dumars was like, he's suspended indefinitely. And when that term is thrown around, there's an expectation of at least 20 games. And if it's more than 20 games, apparently
like solid.
Yeah, there's no solid like defined time, which is kind of gives the NBA to do whatever they want. So it's a little annoying. But that's just what it is.
Well,
but there's some numbers here.
It might be legit because there's conditions, I think, right? There's conditions he has to meet.
Yeah, there's conditions he has to meet, certain therapy and counseling sessions.
Those conditions that could give him some wiggle room to be like, okay, 15 days or okay.
I mean, so the interesting thing about that is there are some numbers that's attached to this indefinite suspension. Draymond will be docked $153,941 per game if his suspension is fewer than 20 games, and $202,922 per game if it's more than 20 games. So if you lose, he's gonna lose a lot of money.
Incentive not to do some Draymond shit. Bro.
Yeah. So
what freaking Jonathan Majors did, run the other way.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You don't have the results of violence.
So basically, it's kind of. I mean, Draymond is gonna lose a lot of money anyways, but it's in his hands to kind of like limit the amount of money he loses. So if he does whatever he needs to do within this next 20 games, then he can it can just be that. Like it can just be 20 games. But if he's like not doing it in a timely fashion, then he stands to lose much more money. So basically the conclusion of the matter is Draymond Green is, I would like to call him a cornball, but I think because I feel like he is. However, I think that there might be some actual mental instability there. So I'm gonna try to hold back. I'm not calling him a cornball, even though I feel that way, and even though I've described it a couple of times in the past 10 seconds. But it is what it is.
Get healthy,
but,
cornball. That's what I heard.
But I do think because it's come on, bro. And also based on what you just said, like things that he's done that he intended on doing and apologized for. So, but I will say that I do think there's something there. I think there's something there. So I hope he gets the help that he definitely needs.